Anfield done what Anfield done. The 12th man, the ball boy, putting the ball in the corner, get for Trent as the ball went out. Every single man to a T in Liverpool just believed that there was a chance, apart from Drifty. Because he told me Liverpool were out. He said even we didn't watch the game. But majority of Anfield believed that they were going to win it, and they did.
We've got all English finals in Europa League and Champions League. Arsenal versus Chelsea in Baku on the 29th of May, and Tottenham versus Liverpool in Madrid on the 1st of June.
You right there, Carl?
Good. Because we got to speak, Carl. We have to talk. Because we have to say first and foremost. I give you this. You said that Barcelona win the first leg 3-0. We didn't do a podcast after that, and they won it 3-0. So well done, got that right. Cool. But that's only half the story. You lot are awful. You lot are absolutely awful. Yep. How do you lose a 3-goal lead without conceding any away goals to an injury ravaged Liverpool? No Salah, no Firmino. Robertson goes off injured at half time. You don't score, and you concede 4. At insult to injury, as Suarez described it, it was schoolboy or Sunday league defending for that 4th goal. Where did it all go wrong? Because I have my own opinion, but I just want to know what you got to say, because
first of all, to answer
embarrassing.
The first part of your question, how you play the same way you did as you did against Roma in the second leg in the quarterfinal. If you remember when they got battered by Roma in this quarterfinal last year. So they always had it in them, because not much has changed. The core of the team is still the same. Obviously, they've got players like Vidal and etc. in. I mean, don't know why the guy's playing both the legs. Don't know why the guy even played a single minute over the 2 legs, to be honest with you. The guy's not even first choice remotely at the club. Why he's been drafted in for this particular tie, I'm not too sure. The guy's way past it, he's finished. And like you said, Barcelona's just not good enough. Like, even in the first leg, they won 3-0. But it wasn't a convincing 3-0. It wasn't a 3-0. You look at it and you're like... And I know you said in the little... What do you call it? The recap that you did in the video when you came in wearing your Barcelona shirt. And you said the tie is done. And I remember watching it and I was like, don't say it too early.
It was over. The tie was over.
Don't say it too early, bro. Don't say.
And
it
you
too
recovered
early.
it and gave it back to them.
Because
it was finished.
If you really deep the game, right? If you really deep the game, Barcelona only really had like 2 clear-cut chances, and they came at the end of the game. Really, at the end of the game, Messi's free kick is not a clear-cut chance. His first goal, I can't even say it was a clear-cut chance, because the opening that Suarez should have scored wasn't necessarily a clear-cut chance, but off the crossbar and, you scored the rebound. I don't know if that class is a clear-cut chance, because that wasn't the original chance as per se.
I think it would class as it, but go on. And
the first goal, Suarez, that's not a clear-cut chance either.
Why not?
That was difficult.
No, it was a very good finish. It was a very good finish.
It was, and Alisson moved to predict where the ball was going. He made the opening for Suarez to score there. Like, he stays where he is. I mean, he saves that. I mean, Suarez shouldn't score from there, really.
Yeah, Sky Sports have it listed down as 2 clear-cut chances each for Liverpool. And
that's what I'm saying. They had that 2 clear-cut chances the whole game, and they came at the end.
I think it's probably Messi goal and Dembele. Which one were you talking about? What's the other one at the end of the game?
Dembele had 2.
I don't remember the other.
Yeah, he had 2.
I think probably the last one was the main one.
Yeah, the last one was definitely the main one. Yeah. But yeah, 2 clear-cut chances all game, right? And like you said, Liverpool had 2. I think Salah's one was a clear-cut one, and probably James Milner's one. Those were the two clear-cut chances that they had. But apart from the clear-cut, they had several. They had multiple chances that they could have scored. And you look at it and you're like, Liverpool could have easily come out of this game 3-2, 3-3. Like, it actually wasn't beyond them. And you have to put it into perspective. They're playing away from home. They're playing at Nou Camp. People even like to say, "Oh, it's so difficult to come and get a result at Nou Camp. You come to Nou Camp, you're going to get played off the park." Liverpool didn't get played off the park. Yes, they lost 3-0. The result, if someone just was looking on their phone one time and just thought, "Oh my God, Liverpool 3 Barcelona, they got battered, they got played up." No, that is not what happened. As a matter of fact, Liverpool played better than Barcelona on the night. It was unfortunate that they lost 3-0. What's going to happen in the second leg when they're playing at home at Anfield? This magnificent Anfield that people love to talk about. That's exactly what's going to happen. Like,
but by that stage, granted, yes, everything that happened, Liverpool didn't score. All Barcelona needed was one. All they needed was one.
Nico, you don't understand.
It's one.
The manager made crucial mistake. First of all, you're playing a team that isn't capable of keeping the ball. Okay. So if you're not capable of keeping the ball, you play on the counter. He didn't make a team selection that can play on the counter. They've got no pace on the pitch. Zero. There's not a single player on the pitch apart from Jordi Alba, but he's a defender at left back. If you're going to be playing on the counter, he should be camped in his left back position, waiting to start a counter attack. Say the ball falls to him and he launches it to the winger. He should be ready to him or PK or someone should be ready to launch the counter. You've got Rakitic, Vidal, Busquets, Coutinho, Messi, Suarez. None of these men can run quick. Not a single one of them. So they can't play on the counter. How are they going to get this goal? How do you envision your team playing to see this game out? You're just going to 10 men behind the ball and just hope that we don't concede 3-4 by the end of 90 minutes. That's no way to go into a game. I mean, come on, man. That was it was poor, absolutely poor. If needed be, by the time it was 2-0, not even 2-0. When it was 1-0 half time, and you're like, boy, we're getting absolutely battered. You make a change. Make a change immediately. Now, the ideal change would have been to bring on Dembele, but he wasn't on the bench because he got injured on the weekend playing in the league game, so he wasn't available. So then the next sensible thing would to take off Coutinho and go Messi and Suarez up top, and minimum bring on a holding midfielder, but preferably a defender, a centre back. Bring on another defender and see out the game, because you're losing 1-0. You haven't got anyone on the bench. You've got players like Elena, and there's no one that's going to come and make a difference.
Maybe Malcolm was on the bench. I'm not sure.
I mean, it was only going to go one way, man. Once it was 2-0, I just said, "Yep, it's only going to go one way, man."
But for me, Ramone, even more so than the manager selection, because I do have some issue with the manager selection. Like for me, I know he loves Roberto, but Semedo should be starting for me at right back. Him and Alba as the fullbacks. Coutinho seems to have got back in the side. I know Dembele had issues, but Coutinho was dropped at one stage, wasn't he? I feel like
Coutinho wasn't playing. Dembele was playing in me. Then Dembele got injured, and Coutinho got into the side. And I think it was 2 games before the first leg of the Champions League against Liverpool. The first leg, Dembele played his first match. I think he played about 65-70 minutes. That was 2 games before, and then he played the second game as well. He played the second game as well. And then obviously against Liverpool, they went back with Coutinho. But he had only played 2 games, so you can give it to him and say, okay, he's only played 2 games, maybe he's still not ready. So they've played Coutinho, and Coutinho had 1 chance in that whole game. He should have scored.
Well, both games, first leg and second leg, he got hooked off for Semedo.
Yeah,
and moved Sergio Roberto into the midfield.
You're subbing him off. The guy's obviously ineffective. And Dembele came on eventually in the first leg and had 2 great chances late on to make it 4-0. But you should look at that as a manager. You should look at that and you say, well, I brought on Semedo and I brought on Dembele. Liverpool's playing a certain way because they're desperate for an away goal. They think that 3-0 might be too big of a task to turn around at Anfield, and they're playing a certain way. In your head, you should be thinking, we've created these chances like this because they're playing like this. It's 3-0. That second leg, the score is still 3-0. They're going to come and they're going to come at you hard, and they're going to play the same way. They're going to play the same way. As a matter of fact, they're going to probably bring more attacking intent, as they did. They had Origi, who's more attacking than Firmino, and they had Trent, who's more attacking than Gomez. So they're coming at you hard. You should be looking at it and you're thinking, well, if I start with Dembele, obviously you rest him, maybe bring him on for 20 minutes for a little bit of fitness on the weekend, but you start Coutinho and you play all the other players that you want to play, and you keep the players that you're going to start fresh for the second leg. You start with Dembele because he's the only real player with pace in that squad. Like, literally lightning pace is going to run at them and cause them problems. It means that Robertson can't just be up the pitch and don't have to worry about defending because Dembele's there, and if you leave them unmarked, the guy's going to fly through. Literally fly through. Well, Semedo's the same thing. Semedo is electric quick, and you saw the problems that he caused when he came on in the first leg. And you got Mane that was wreaking havoc against Sergio Roberto. You see that in the first leg. Why are you still selecting Roberto when he got destroyed by Mane in the first leg? Again. Yes, it was 3-0, but he still got destroyed. And the chances came from his side. You should be with Semedo over Roberto, Dembele over Coutinho, and flip their side. Because obviously Coutinho's playing left wing, but you put Dembele on the right. Messi can play wherever he needs to play, and Suarez up top. And you start Arthur over Vidal, someone that can knock a ball around, keep the ball for 5-10 minutes, run down the clock. Vidal's not capable of that. The guy's literally a Neanderthal. He's there to run backwards and forwards and break up play, and he's not even good at it. He's literally a Neanderthal. Like, the guy got it completely wrong.
Okay, but I was gonna say, Ramone, is that selection's one thing, but the way Barca played, it looked like they were just rattled. The early goal went in, cool, it settled down a bit, 1-0 half time. The game's still in their control, the tie. When the second goal went in, they were up for the fight. It didn't look like they were up for the fight. It seemed like, to an extent, because even I have issues with Messi as well, and I have to say, don't ever talk about Messi and Ronaldo again, because anyway, I ain't gonna get into it. Don't ever say it. And there's a reason why I say what I say. You can bring all the numbers, 600 goals in 680 games. But when push comes to shove...
I thought he was going to get into it.
I don't know. But when push comes to shove, Messi, 2 seasons in a row now, hasn't done it. Granted, yes, 3-0 up against Roma, was 3-1 up against Roma, 3-0 up against Liverpool, and he got 2 goals in the first leg. But Barca's demeanour on the pitch looked like a team, players who just were not up for the fight. Liverpool, even though they're 3-0 down, they believed they could win. When their backs were against the wall, 2-0 down, I think they believed that they were going to go out. They didn't see where this goal was going to come from. And it was kind of checking the watch, you know. Is it 90 minutes yet? They didn't seem up to the fight. You know, guys, regroup. Where's the senior guys? PK, Busquets, Messi. We need to sort this out. I didn't see that. So much so that how the last goal was scored, for me, was a team who had just lost the will for the battle. Because that doesn't happen. You can see the corner. Remember, it's 3-0. You still only just need 1 goal. It's 3-0. At that point, it's going to extra time. You get there at a corner, everyone's switched on. No, 6 people turn their backs, walk in either towards the edge of the area or just, I don't know what they're doing in the area. Trent switched on because he knows the game is there to be won. Origi, or kind of Trent, switched him on by making that pass, and they get the 4th goal. And even after that, I just wasn't convinced Barca were ever going to score. And I think even the way that Barca played in that second leg, even if Dembele scores that chance at the Nou Camp to make it 4-0, Liverpool get 5. Because the way the night went, Barca just were not up for the fight. And it doesn't make sense for me because for some of them, it could be their last chance of winning another Champions League. And for Messi, he said at the beginning of the season, we are coming to take the Champions League back to the Nou Camp, especially after seeing what Real Madrid had done. For them not to be up to the fight, it's bizarre.
I mean, Neeks, if I was if I had shades on like this, you would be telling me we have to be putting Barcelona under review. And that's exactly what we have to do here. Because this team right now cannot, in 2019, be 3-0 up in a Champions League semi-final and lose the game 4-0. It cannot happen.
You can't.
You can't do that. Like, I'm sorry, like, Liverpool, we know Liverpool, we know Anfield, we know the stadium's going to be erupt. You're telling me you came to that ground, you're telling me Luis Suarez and Coutinho, who you played countless amount of times, come to Anfield. I'm sorry, Carl, I heard everything you said, but I'm dismissing everything. I don't care. I don't care who started in that team. I don't care. Quite frankly, I don't care if Dembele played or not in the first leg or the second leg. I don't care if Vidal played or not in the first leg or the second leg. I couldn't even care less if Sergio Roberto played in that first or second leg. You're 3-0 up. You're the best team in Spain by far this season. You're arguably the top, well, you're in the semi-final of the Champions League, so you're the top 4 teams in Europe this season, at least. Real Madrid are out. Man City are out. Juventus are out. You're 3-0 up against Liverpool. And you lost 4-0. At 3-0 down, there's a corner kick, and the player's not even turning around, and you're telling me we should have bought Sergio Roberto, we should have moved Sergio Roberto into centre midfield. Kyle, Piqué, Langley, Alba, Sergio Roberto, Vidal, Sergio Busquets, one of the best DMs in the world you've seen in the past 10, 15 years. They're not even looking. And you're letting a man like Divock Origi. Divock Origi, bro.
Embarrassing.
But there was talks about him going on loan to Huddersfield at the start of the season. Huddersfield. The worst team in the Premier League this season. One of the worst teams we've ever seen. They wanted Divock Origi as their main striker.
He'd been a good striker for them.
And you let the man score 2 goals. And then Luis Suarez. You kick Robertson out the game thinking you've done your job. They replaced him with Jorginho Wijnaldum and put Milner left back. And Wijnaldum went and banged 2 goals.
Egg in your face.
Everything in that club is horrific. They had you talk about clear-cut chances in that game. Barcelona had 2 clear-cut chances. Didn't take it. According to the stats here, I think probably one of them was Jordi Alba running through. And then you turn around and look to Messi. Why is everyone looking to Messi? Put the ball in the back of the net.
Jordi Alba. Sergio Roberto had a chance right near the end where he should have shot. Man, dilly-dally, looking at Messi trying to make the pass. These man, as I said before the first leg, as I said before the Champions League against Manchester United quarterfinals, Messi FC. I think every chance that was created by Barca,
every chance
was either Messi created it or took the shot
every
himself.
single shot.
It's literally it's a one-man team. It's a one-man team. And for a club of Barcelona's stature, for me, that's embarrassing. That you're relying literally on one man. Real Madrid won 3 Champions League in a row. Ronaldo didn't even score in the last final. Because there's man out there, Bale coming off the bench to bang 2 goals. But Barcelona this season, maybe for the last few seasons, it's just Messi. Suarez has won the Champions League all season. That's embarrassing. That is actually embarrassing. And you said Barcelona's under review. That whole club, the crest, is under review. Because you can win all the La Ligas you want. But this is where you have to prove yourself. And they've done it in the past.
They're winning next year, don't worry.
But they ain't winning nothing next year. They ain't winning nothing next year.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I don't know who they're going to sign next year. got 142 million on Coutinho, and that was money down the drain. You said at the time, but the money was spent by the club down the drain. Panic stations, because Neymar's gone. Panic stations, just splashing money. Where's the thought behind it? Who? And I don't know who Valverde. I don't know if he's the right man or what. But who's making the decision to keep playing Coutinho, to keep playing Sergio Roberto? Like, the man's he's not even a defender. He's a midfielder. You've got a right back, you don't play him. Who makes the decision on who to sign? Coutinho. 140. And that's the thing, I said at the time when you were at Liverpool, sell him. Get your 100 million for him. Buy a defender, and that defender turn out to be Van Dijk. And your team as a whole will be better, because your issue is conceding at the back. You will get goals even without Coutinho. They've got the goals without Coutinho, and they kept the clean sheets at the back. Barcelona, they took the 200 million and tried to replace Neymar with, well, I know they bought Dembele and they got Coutinho, but these men they're not on Neymar's level. You got to try and rebuild the team. Messi's 30 odd years old, Suarez is 30 years old, Vidal's in his 30s, Rakitic is in his 30s, Busquets, PK, I don't know how old Alba is.
28.
But bare man in their 30s, and you're just splashing 120 million, 140 million. I don't know. Barca, they need to settle down and they just relax. You can win all the leagues you want, but Champions League is where it's at, innit? And they've won one in, what, 8 years?
But it's a mentality thing, man. It's like, you can have all the quality you need, but if your mindset is not there, like, you're never going to do it. And I think something we've seen in English clubs this week, and I'm sure we'll get onto Spurs soon, but one thing we haven't done so far, credit Liverpool, well done, innit? Well done, you played well. Well done. It's a mentality. No, Liverpool went into that game believing that there's a chance that they could do it. Why should you even think that? Why should you even think that you're 3-0 down? Why should you even think that you're going to have a chance?
Because they know they can get a Barcelona.
They've no Salah. They've no Firmino. Why would you even think that? With Salah and Firmino, you conceded 3 goals. You lost in the Nou Camp. And then without them, why are you thinking you can believe? It's a mentality. It's a mentality that Jurgen Klopp had to say, you know what, boys? Get the early goal. You never know. He got the early goal. Anfield done what Anfield done. The 12th man, the ball boy, putting the ball in the corner, get for Trent as the ball went out. Every single man to a T in Liverpool just believed that there was a chance, apart from Drifty. Because he told me Liverpool were out. He said even we didn't watch the game. But majority of Anfield believed that they were going to win it, and they did. And maybe Barcelona's mentality, and I think a lot of sides in Europe don't have the mentality that the English club have to say, you know what, we're not defeated yet. We need to go on and go through.